Welcome friends, I am Dr. V.K. Chauhan, homeopathic physician. We are revising homeopathic remedy Bryonia alba. This is part 2, general overview in a classical format, and the text is taken up from Allen's keynote, and this is good for BHMS students and interns. So let us go ahead with that. The first, we will have the general information which is not available in Allen's keynote, and that is to start with remedy profile. A commonly used important polycrest remedy. Kingdom belongs to vegetable kingdom and its family is Cucurbitaceae. Habitat, it is highly climbing perennial plant growing widely in the Germany and France. Historically, Hippocrates used this remedy. Preparation. Mother tincture is prepared from the fresh root before the tree is in flower. Remedy is proved by Hahnemann. Organ and tissue affinity, cellular tissue, nerves, muscles, blood circulation, serous membrane, pleura, pericardium, meninges, synovium, peritoneum. And let us go to the review from Allen's with some of the add-on information. We'll go to the constitution. The somatic component of this remedy is dark or black hair, dark complexion, firm muscular fiber, dry, nervous, slender people. Thermal affinity is hot, side affinity is right-sided. Psychic preponderance, we find temperament, irritable, and mentally Bryonia patients are irritable, inclined to be vehement and angry. Desires things immediately which are not to be at hand, or when offered are refused. Children dislike to be carried or to be raised. Delirium talks constantly about his business and desires to go out of bed and to go home. Dreams are anxious, business and busy, working hard. Desires sour acids, aversion to tobacco smoking. Causation is the diathesis part. It is the best adapted to persons of gouty rheumatic diathesis who are prone to so-called bilious attacks. Ailments from charging, mortification, anger, violence with chilliness and coldness. After anger chilly, but with head hot and face red. Complaints when warm weather sets in, after cold days, from cold drinks or ice in hot weather, after taking cold or getting hot in the summer, from chilling, when overheated, kicks the cover off, from exposure to draft, cold wind, suppressed discharges of menses, milk, or eruption of acute exanthemata. Characteristic generals, we have the pains, stitching, tearing, worse at night, worse by motion, inspiration, coughing, better by absolute rest and lying on the painful side, stitching pain but worse and ameliorated are opposite in calicar. Excessive dryness of mucous membrane of entire body, lip and tongue are dry, parched, cracked, stool dry as if burnt, cough, dry heart racking with scanty expectoration, urine is dark and scanty, there is a great thirst. Vicarious menstruation, nosebleed when menses should appear, blood spitting or hemoptysis is there. This is one of the Characteristics of bryonia is aggravation from any motion and corresponding relief from absolute rest, either mental or physical. Constant motion on left hand and left leg. Great thirst for large quantities at large interval. Let us go to the characteristics. Particular in the head region, we have headache, venous stooping as if brain would burst through forehead, from ironing, on coughing in morning after rising or when first opening eyes, commencing in the morning, gradually increasing until evening, from constipation. In GIT, we find patient cannot sit up from nausea and faintness, pressure as if from stone in the pit of stomach, which is relieved by eructations. GIT, we have constipation, inactive, no inclination, stool large, hard, dark, dry, as if burnt on going to sea. Diarrhea we have during a spell of hot weather, bilious, acrid with soreness of anus, like dirty water, of undigested food, from cold drinks when overheated, from fruit or sauerkraut, worse in the morning, on moving or even a hand or foot. Respiratory symptom we have cough, which is dry, spasmodic, with gagging and vomiting, with stitches in the side of chest, with headache as if head would fly to pieces, worse after eating, drinking, entering a warm room, deep inspiration. We have characteristic particulars from female genitals. Mama is heavy, of stony hardness, pale but hard, hot and painful, must support the breast. Relations, we find complementary remedies, alumina and rust ox, similar are to belladonna, heap herself, especially for hasty speech and hasty drinking. To ranunculus in pleuritic or rheumatic pain of chest. To tilia in aching heaviness in hepatic region, better lying on the right side, greatly aggravated lying on left side, turning to the left causes dragging sensation. After bryonia, we find alumin, kali carb, nux, phosphorus, rust ox and sulfur. Remedies that proceed well, they are aconite, ammonium carb, nux vomica, opium, rust ox and sulfur. Remedies that proceed well, they include alum, arsenic album, belladonna, cactus, carbovage, drosera, hyoscyamus, kali carb, muriatic acid, nux vomica, phosphorus, pulsatilla, rust ox, sabadilla, sepia, silicea and sulfur. Incompatible remedies are calcarea carb. Remedy which antidotes is rust ox. General modalities, aggravation is by motion, exertion, touch. Cannot sit up, get faints or sick on both. Warmth, warm fold, suppressed discharges of any kind. Amelioration is by lying especially on painful side, pressure, rest, cold eating or cold things. Miasmatic orientation, will go for miasmatic markers. All acute complaints, they point to flare of psora. Gouty rheumatic complaints point to psychosis. So our impression is bryonia is a mixed miasmatic pseudo-psychotic remedy with predominance of psora. Posology, doses from lowest to highest potency. Lower potencies are best in rheumatism and inflammatory troubles. Higher potencies are indicated in diseases of gastrointestinal tract and in cases where its constitutional symptoms are present. Repetition, this remedy bears repetition well in acute cases. Duration of action, Acts about 21 days. Applied aspect, this is a good remedy for headache, gout, muscular rheumatism, bronchitis, dry pleurisy, dyspepsia, constipation, diarrhea, acute brain syndrome, especially delirium in cases of pneumonia or typhoid, convulsions, memory abscess. So friends, thank you very much for patient listening.